Good morning,
Workload.
good evening, and good afternoon.
I'm Jairus,
And
and
I'm I.
and you're tuned in to Taking It Out, and we'll be your hosts for today.
First of all, we'd like to thank you for stopping by to listen to us. We formed this project or side project as a way for students, you and I alike, to vent out and just voice out our opinions and experiences about everything and anything regarding life, may it be at home, at school, or even, heck, love life.
Hence the name Taking It Out.
Alright, alright. Before you cancel us on Twitter or whatever for having a sus name, uh, we'd like to show you the team behind this project.
First of all, there's Waxeronimo, our clumsy
Hi,
yet caring
hello,
Claire
and
director.
goodbye. Yes, yes, okay, goodbye.
Okay, Wax, very cool. And then we have Cole Mamangun, our crafty head editor. First Cole.
I'm here.
Yes.
Hey Cole.
Hello.
Very cool. And last but not least, Lance Dizon, our charming media head.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm hip, bro. So hip.
Right,
I'm
alright.
Lance.
Very cool,
Thank you,
Lance.
Lance. Very cool. Very cool, Lance. Right, all their socials, if that's what you call it, can be below or above or to the side, wherever it is. Alright, moving on. Now that you know what we want to do and who we are, let's just move on to some basic stuff. Jairus, I know that we've had this conversation before,
We
but to
did.
like familiarize ourselves with each other more
Hey,
and
Lance.
with the audience, uh, what did you do during the summer? Huh? Just
Very
curious.
nice question, Ice, because I was just at home doing absolutely nothing.
No, I'm sure that there's quite a bunch of people out there who shared the same experiences you did. But me personally, I just did the same thing because first of all, we can't go out. And you shouldn't go out. If you're thinking of going out, don't go out. Like I stayed at home, just spent time with the family and with the dog. All right.
Yeah.
Moving on now that summer has been long gone and long done. Let's talk about our current situation here. What's your? Ooh, jeez. Are you okay?
No,
Are
I
you
have COVID.
okay? Oh, Jesus. Okay. Let's not joke
Wait.
about that, shall we? Okay.
Okay.
Let's talk about our
Okay.
current situation again. What's your current stance on this whole online setup? Hmm?
I mean, it's fine for people that can handle it, which isn't me or you, because so far the workload. I mean, the workload's been fine, but the problem is the 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 what's the problem?
Yeah,
What's the
I think what
problem?
you're trying to say is like the difficulty
I can't
isn't the
word it.
problem. It's more of
Yeah,
the quantity. No, like,
something like that.
there's just quite a, a bit too much that they're giving. But I think
I,
it's also a learning experience for all of us when at the end of the day, you know. Uh, but aside from that, let us welcome our guest. We have a guest here today. Wow, pilot, we have a guest already.
Who? Oh yeah, it's a podcast. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So may we please welcome Mr. Jacob Dioquino, the vice org head of Game Breakers this year,
Woo!
our class clown, and the personal life of the party. Hello,
Why is
Mr.
your shirt
Jacob.
white, Jacob? We agreed not to wear a white shirt.
Jesus Christ,
I didn't
Jacob, what
agree
are
on
you
that.
doing?
Oh wait, we
I was just
didn't.
joking.
All
Okay.
right, sure. Very cool,
Also,
Jacob.
after watching a million and a half takes fail, I'm only glad to be here.
All right.
Shut up.
Okay, Jacob,
Never happened.
tell us about yourself. What have you been doing this past summer? You know.
Not cutting
Well,
his
what
hair.
is that
That's
one
obvious.
time I slept?
All right.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Yeah. We did that too.
Well,
Well, for the first 2 months, I honestly thought that quarantine would be quicker. I
Yeah,
thought that we'd get back to
I
Yeah,
business pretty
that's true.
soon, but as we know, did not.
Nah.
yeah,
But
evidently.
when I realized that around like June or something, I decided to do something little new. I started weightlifting,
Oh,
exercise,
Oh, interesting, interesting. All right, that's
only
very
around.
new, very
I'm sorry if
surprising.
my eyes wander. I'm just looking at your cheat sheet that you gave me.
Oh, all right, all right. No, no
there's
worries,
a
no worries.
where?
It's not
Oh
like
wait,
I
it's in
can
your
do
screen.
anything.
But yeah, that's what I did over the summer, and I got familiarized with Discord, what we're using right now. Talk to
Ah,
Really
a
good.
lot of my plants over there.
would you be willing to show us an example of your weightlifting routine?
No.
No, all
Fine.
right, understandable.
Okay, understandable.
We never
Have
agreed
a
on that.
nice day.
Understand. Okay, so knowing that you are the vice org head of Game Breakers, and we know that Game Breakers will probably be one of the most joined orgs this year.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
What are you
yes.
doing to prepare yourself and your past org mates for this year?
Well, first of all, I remember the Discord call with Mr. Arias and Mr. Chrysostoma when they told us, and they told us officers, us
All right.
poor officers, that we'd be expecting around 150 applicants,
Jesus
150
Christ.
members for our. I didn't know what to do honestly. It was that sort of killed me inside, but
Well, that's to be expected if if someone like me who's a president has a hard time handling 38, what more 150?
Be honest, I think
yes,
150 is an understatement.
Yeah, I think so too. What do you are you guys planning on putting a cap on how many people are joining?
definitely that's the only way we can think of even starting to manage for this
Yeah,
org
okay.
this year. We're thinking
Okay,
around like only 100, 125.
wow, that's still a lot
Yes.
when you think about it. 100 is still a lot.
Well, it's an improvement from 150. So
Makes
take
sense,
with me.
makes sense.
I think
Understandable.
150 is bigger than 100.
Oh,
Oh
you
wait,
do. Okay. Very cool, Gyros.
never mind.
After that, start spitballing ideas on how to do anything. Because in the past years, we've been so reliant on the computer labs. We can share games just like that.
Oh,
Not worry about everyone's own specs, own Wi-Fi. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot to worry about.
oh yeah. So
Oh, yeah, that's
A lot
true.
to prepare for.
what the okay, like what activities or like events are you guys trying like? Yeah, I assume that you guys have started planning.
Yeah.
Well, we started planning for starting to. I mean, just thinking about some sort of Ateneo esports team with us
Ooh.
as like the main sponsor, and the AJHS
Hmm.
that's somewhere down the to-do list. It's not a big priority, but that's what we're thinking of. So
Hmm. Okay.
that.
Interesting. Interesting.
But in terms of actual activities for our to do every session, we're thinking more like a lot more leeway, less about specific games and more about genres to
Hmm.
that we're passionate about. Because that's the entire point of our org. If you're passionate about video games, you have a place in.
Yeah, that's what your entire org is about, right? It's the passion.
Yes.
But
Yes.
can you clear it for some people out there because they might just join like going like, ah, this is an org that I can join to relax and not do anything at all. Just
Oh no.
just try to
Well,
clarify.
if there's org org for basketball, there's an org for any sort of leisure activity, relaxing activity. There should be an org for video games. Join any of those other orgs, you know that it's not all relaxing, not all leisure. There's work.
Oh,
we
I
like
see,
to
I
like
see.
studies, a lot of oral recitations on
Mm.
why you like video games so much, stuff like that. It varies.
Oh, okay, okay. I see, I see.
I remember Mr. Chrysostoma told me about how in grade seven, the first year of the org, it would it would had the first case of people taking summer classes, summer remedial classes for
For
org
org.
because they hadn't submitted anything
Oh,
throughout
Jesus
the
Christ.
entire
All right.
school year, and that was a bro moment, to say the least.
Indeed,
what
indeed.
exactly? What exactly do you have to submit for that word?
But what do we have to submit?
Yeah.
Like, do you have written
Papers
outputs? Ah, okay.
written
Oh.
about reports on video game. A lot of discussion, mostly discussion.
Like, in other orgs that are similar to this, there are also like projects where you have to make like, let's say, a video output. Do you guys
Oh
have some
yeah,
like that too? Just to make it clear.
yeah, we definitely had that.
Yeah.
Last year we had Let's Play in groups.
Oh,
That
Oh,
was
that's
pretty
nice.
interesting. It'd be very interesting how that would pan out now that we're in this kind of setup, you know?
well, yeah, thing. We're heavily reliant on everyone's own setups. We're not. I mean, yeah, if we group people together, maybe they can do the same outputs, or but we don't know. It's foggy.
Okay.
It's hazy. Future
Okay.
is
Well,
for us.
isn't for all of us, yeah, yeah. The foggy truly is hazy for everybody in here. And so regarding setup, we just spoke about that and all this. What do you
Yes.
think of this setup? You know? What do you think
Of this
the
whole
advantages, disadvantages?
setup,
Yeah.
advantages and disadvantages. Well, different. It's very different. There's a
It's a
lot
given.
more. There's a lot less time to socialize with anyone. But at the same
Mm-hmm.
time,
Mm-hmm.
feels like there's as much time in the world to live. It's weird.
Hmm.
Like, how do I say this? How do I say this?
All right, take
All
your
right,
time.
let's
Take your
start with
time.
advantages. Um, God damn. Are there any advantages? Help me out here.
I was.
Uh,
I mean, for one, we don't have to leave. You know, we don't have to wake up that early anymore, right? Because especially for people who live far from the schools, not just Athenians, right? But any student that has to go out and like get up and endure the traffic, that's really
Yeah, Zhao doesn't have to wake up at 4 anymore.
oh, yeah. Not waking up at 4. It feels better, but there's really a lot of things missing from this online setup.
There's a lot of missing. There's a lot of things missing.
Uh,
There's not as many connections to be made.
yeah.
yeah.
So
I think.
regarding the what?
uh, Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so regarding the you said that you would limit the members. So how would that work? Would it become a first come first serve basis or what?
Okay, so how we did it before, because we always expected a lot of members in a video game org, you had to get
Different.
a signature from
Understandable.
your parents saying that they allow you to join this video game org. And they're aware that when you play video games, it's not always because of fun times, leisure activity. But yeah, we had that. But now, how am I gonna submit signature? And would
Oh
you
yeah.
even need them? I mean, don't the parents already trust their kids enough not to play video games during online classes? And though they will.
Yeah.
Don't tell
So
anyone.
Let's not
there
drop
will
any
be
names here, shall we?
well, not yet.
Not
There
yet.
will be some sort of restriction that will be there, but technically first come first serve. If you can meet
Mm.
the requirements,
Hmm.
whatever it might be, we don't know yet, then it's first. Then you're first, then you're in.
So to whoever's watching this, you heard that. You have to hurry up and sign in on September 23, right? Yeah, I think.
Yeah. And now that we understand how like our orgs of the school are what planning they're going through and how they're going to handle all this sign-ups and stuff, like I'm pretty sure this doesn't only apply to our school. I'm pretty sure there are other schools out there going through the same experiences regarding uh, extra curricular activities. Now that we know all of that, I hope that the viewers watching this right now uh, hopefully understood more stuff about it. Let's move on more about our just our workload. Like, what do you think about it? What's your opinion? Is it too much? Is it too little? Too little?
Well, at first, I was gonna say it was too little when classes started.
Oh,
Now I'm
okay.
eating my words.
Okay. I mean, possibly true.
Filipino, that's a lot. It's and it's very you don't have a lot of motivation to do anything for that subject. Just walls of text. That, but all in all, most of the subjects are alright.
Hmm.
They're
Yeah,
understandable.
They're all fine.
and to be honest, because of a certain subject area, this the filming of this podcast was pushed way earlier than it should have been. Not going to say which, but I'm pretty sure the people watching this would know. Uh, like here, I have a photo here. Should be up on your screens if Cole will edit it.
Yeah, cool.
It's
Yeah,
yeah,
cool.
it's a
Edit
tweet
it, cool.
by Hector saying, and I quote, "Going to school was like 3 assignments per week. Online school is like 10 per day?" Question mark, question mark, question mark. And I think we can all relate to this, don't you think? Like, well, not
Yeah.
exactly, and I don't think he's from our school, but like it's not really the difficulty that we're experiencing that we don't take favor to. It's more of the quantity, and like there's some
Exactly.
disadvantages to just having just this seemingly endless wall of just so much homework and assignments.
Yes.
Yeah.
It
And
will
then we have
melt
to
it.
self-learn it. Just not really.
Yeah.
Not most of us aren't used to that.
Okay, we are back. We just experienced some technical difficulties. All right.
Sure.
So moving on or continuing, I mean, let's just let's discuss about the due dates. You know, do you guys think that the due dates of our current assignments are adequate, or do you think they should be quicker or longer? And what effects do you, what how does the due date affect like the mental condition of some certain students?
Well, the dates. Honestly, for me personally, it's not a lot of problems. I mean, like real problems,
Yeah.
active problems, not things that are missing, not things that I feel are missing, but like things that directly just suck. Only thing I feel that way about is Filipino. The the due dates on that are insane. Workload on that is wow. It's but with the rest of the subjects, mostly fair. Not a lot of people like how music had all that 9 assignments and stuff, but just remove those videos. It's 4 videos, and the one
Yeah,
written pretty alright. Two, that's just two big ones over the course of weeks,
yeah.
Well,
I
and that's
and,
yeah.
and I think that they do a good job with the time that they're given. given that there's
Yes.
only like they only have one session every other week. And
You're kind of
sometimes
wrong.
that session is like cut because there's no classes or it's a holiday. I think they do quite a good job of doing it,
I agree. I
like
agree.
handling everything.
Yeah. I get what the teachers are trying to do. They're trying to give us enough time, and they are giving us enough time. But the problem is that it's in the mind, it's in the mental, like that's the problem, because
Yeah, it's all in the mind.
like
Yeah,
we're not used to this yet, and we're used to like doing a homework, and it's due the next day, and then there's not really much homework, so it's fine. We don't like our minds just say, okay, it's a normal amount of homework. But then what's happening now is that there's like so much work. And even if we're doing it like properly, because you know we're grade 10 students already, we're supposed to be responsible enough. And it's still it's still bad for our brains. So I can't imagine the lower grade students who have to suddenly deal with
yeah,
this. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
it's just
I feel sorry for grade 7 this year.
uh,
yeah. Because back then, if when we were in face to face, it was like it is either the homework was due tomorrow
uh,
or the homework's due the next week. Like the only ones that are like more than a week are just probably the ones that
projects.
are,
Yeah.
yeah, big projects that like account for like
Yeah.
10% of your grade and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the ones where you have to record a video or interview somebody. Now it's almost as if like every week we have a semi project that's like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Everything's a
Especially
project.
with the less with like the less topics this year because everything is like these things have more weight. They have way more weight, and it's every week. There's no exam. There's no long tests.
yeah.
It's always
Yeah.
Like it makes sense that the we should be able to take more work because we're just at home. We're just at home. We're just staying
Yeah.
here.
It's
We have all
understandable.
this time to ourselves and for our family. But the thing is, if let's say before you would only do your homework on like the last day of the weekend, so that the first few days you have it all to yourself and to your family. Now we're forced to spread it out, and it's like we don't have as much time as we would have wanted. Although it may sound selfish, but it's almost as if we're studying every day. And
Yeah, it's weird. It seems like there's less workload, but then
it,
when
seems like there's
when we're actually doing it, it's like we have no time to rest for some reason.
yeah, like after you've taken down one subject, suddenly you remember, oh, I have to do another thing. Or once you go to sleep, you remember, oh, I have this thing that's due in 2 weeks. And it's just stuck in your head.
yeah that looming fear of the
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like you have to get to, you need to, yeah, that fear of having to do it. Like you don't really want to get to it. You just want to relax and stuff.
yeah. It's not as immediate. It's just
Yeah,
creeping in the back.
exactly, exactly.
then
I
when
think
you're
that's
doing things on a weekday, then right after class, you just see the calendar and then it's like you did nothing. Everything you just did, it just got added back.
yeah, yeah, true. Actually, like our other classmate mentioned this that at the start of the week, if you had finished everything, because there's not much that's due this particular week at the time of this recording, from the start of the week to today, which is 2 days into the week, it's just suddenly 0 to 18. If there's just it's just unbelievable in a sense.
There's like
um,
feeling of relief for long.
Yeah,
Just a slog
yeah,
through
exactly.
work.
All right, guys. Very. eventful, very productive talk with you guys. Very nice discussion, nice talk. Uh, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm looking forward to more episodes. And uh,
Same.
to you
Mm.
guys, thank you for tuning in to Taking It Out with Jairus and Ice. Once again, I'm Ice.
And I'm Jairus.
And
And
now we
I'm
must ask. No, no. And now we must ask you, Jacob. Have you taken it out?
yeah, I'm taking it out. So
All right.
I'm
Taken what out?
waiting for
Oh,
you.
Shut up. Okay. All right, Jacob. Thank you for your time. Thank you for joining us today.
don't
Thank you
cancel
for
it.
And
having
don't cancel us, indeed. Goodbye. Peace out. It's like this and like that. Like that. All right. There's a very eventful, discussion. Very good talk with you guys.
Yeah.
Fortunately, that's all the time that we have for the day or
What
for the
day?
night. Right, for the
Don't
day.
mind
All
them.
right. Like, thank you all for tuning in to Taking It Out. And here, Jacob, we must ask you: have you taken it out?
I mean, I pissed like 30 minutes ago.
Very productive talk. Very good talk. Very good discussion with you guys. Very fun.
Yeah.